Hey, how's it going out there? It's Adrienne Elise here. I just wanted to pop in and talk to you about what's going on in the stars. We're kind of feeling some heavy energy this week, and it is a reality check. And this is because our reality planet, Saturn, and our warrior planet, Mars, are together in Capricorn, squaring up with Mercury in retrograde in Aries. And so we are just moved into the spring season. We have all these planets energy in Aries, but we don't get to go, actually. It kind of feels like there's just this weight of energy holding us down. And this is like Saturn in Capricorn is so powerful because it's its home sign, and it's kind of this reality. What's in the way of you getting on your true path? What's in the way of you transcending to that place in your life of like really living, of what you really want to be doing, of what you really want to be experiencing in this time in a body here on planet Earth? And so Saturn there with the warrior's like, come on, let's do it. Let's build some stuff. And Saturn is saying, hey, we have to do it a sustainable way. And what that's really about right now with this square to Mercury means we have to face the truth. So right now we're just having to face the truth in our personal individual lives of like what's holding us back. And just everywhere we feel with Chiron at the end of the Pisces, Chiron, the wounded healer, it's really bringing up this whole victimized thing of just like, it's almost like in order to be a human on planet Earth, you have to be a victim of a power struggle. And whether or not you can have the freedom of your mind, whether or not you can have your connection to source and joy and a creative lifestyle, it's almost like we're forgetting what this is even like, because it's less and less available to us because of the dictated control energies in our life. And this is just really coming to a head right now. And it almost feels like impossible. You know, it just feels like you could never, the energy, the deal with Saturn and Capricorn is it's the energy of authority. So we're looking at where have we given our authority away? Where do we have issues with authority? Where are we not claiming our own spiritual autonomy? So right now it feels like we're coming up against the man that's saying like, no, you can't. You know, and literally the bigger picture of its human evolution, that's what's going on right now, is this clamp down on control energies. It's like, no, you can't. And we have to be like, yes, that's who we are. Our definition of who we are. This is Mercury retrograde in Aries, understanding what it means to be an incarnate source energy human in a physical body. This is what we're here to do. We are here to spiritually evolve. We're here to really live. We're here to connect with our Mother Earth and be a part of this amazing consciousness experience and becoming more conscious. But the controlling energies on the planet are at max on every level of our life right now, trying to keep us from feeling connected, trying to keep us from feeling that we have any support out there in the universe at all. And this is coming to a head right now. This is like people right now are facing this fact. It's like you can just go on with your life and kind of just like just I'm gonna just not just kind of make it work. We're just trying to make it work here. And right now we're coming to this place of like, there are some serious blockages going on in our consciousness, and enough is enough. Human beings have to wake up, get frustrated enough to be able to claim their sovereignty, to claim our experience of feeling like we're living instead of dying, feeling like we're thriving and we're creative and we're doing what we're here to do rather than being slaves to this reality. And so right now we're having this reality check, and everywhere in our personal life, it's kind of like we have a big cement blocks on the bottom of our feet, and we want to run, we want to go, and we want to break through the next level, but we have to face the reality of the concrete that has dried on our feet. And so this is all of the places that we've given away our authority. So Mercury retrograde is our understanding in Aries. It wants to claim this spark of self, this activation of incarnation, of coming really into passion and experiencing life and the true human experience. That was this Uranus and Aries over this last 7 years. It's about to move into Taurus. So we got to figure this stuff out. And Mercury's there. And so squaring up and saying, we got to face the truth about our spiritual authority in order to move forward into the next place. And that's where we're at. We have to face reality before we can change reality. And there is a lot of magic available for us. There's all this support and all this help, but we've been completely cut off from it because we're choosing to keep our head in the sand. We're choosing to be in denial, just like, it's okay. I'm just going to go along with my life. I'm just going to get through. And it's like, no, we're coming to a place where we have to face these truths of what's really holding us back, individually and collectively, before we can access that magic. The magic is right there, and we're feeling this exact. It's a beautiful energy. From April 7th to the 16th, we're going to be feeling Jupiter in the second, number 2 sextile with Pluto. The third one's going to happen in October. October is going to be a real culminating time for this year. And we've got a lot of kind of facing reality to do with all of this Capricorn energy. So this weekend, so we got this beautiful, Jupiter sextile Pluto is like creative solutions. It's about like, okay, yeah, we have to face the shadow. Jupiter's retrograde in Scorpio, and we have to break down our current reality. That's Pluto in Capricorn. Like, this reality is bullshit, and it's not going to work for us anymore. And so we got to make these changes in our physical world that reflects the energetic changes that have been happening on the planet and within us, the spiritual activation, that it's like we're almost being punished for our spiritual activation. And in this, all the control energies of this world, but we're on the verge of claiming this back and claiming this magic. So Jupiter sextile Pluto is saying there are adjustments here. There's magic here. There's help here. And once we're ready to look at the truth, then we can open up to the magic that's available to help us make those positive changes in our life and those positive changes in our world. So that energy is really awesome. This weekend, though, we're going to have kind of a continuation of this energy because the moon is going to be going through Capricorn, and it's going to hit all these planets and square with Mercury and then square the sun. And so it's kind of like bam, bam, bam. The moon is reviewing all of this kind of heavy astrology from this last week. And so we're going to be coming out of this fog around April 15th when Mercury goes direct. We're going to kind of feel like, okay, I've had enough time facing kind of trying to get this mud off of my feet, this cement, this whatever's holding me back, and some energy towards moving forward. But Saturn takes a retrograde right after Mercury goes direct. So that might be okay because Saturn is kind of working us here in Capricorn. And so it'll feel a little bit lighter. We're going to be able to get off of this reality, stuck in like this limited view of 3D reality. That's Saturn. Saturn is the bridge to the higher planets, to the higher mind, to the transpersonal planets. It's the last one that we can see with our eyes. And so it represents, are you ready to go? So that's really the test that's going on right now. It's like humans, are we ready to go? Are we facing reality? Or are we just continuing to keep the blinders on and go through our life? And so it kind of sucks to have to look at reality, you know? It kind of sucks to have to face how intense the control energies are in this world, the mind control, you name it, the poison that's being fed to us on many multiple levels. But what is it all about? It's all about us evolving, overcoming. And so we would not have allowed this karmically if we did not have the power within us to overcome everything that we're going through right now. And, but right now it's like we're kind of having to face the truth of some stuff that we really didn't want to. But we've got also that Jupiter Pluto sextile, look for creative solutions, ask for help from the universe, be like your higher self, this part of you that puts you, agreed to this, you know, that said, oh yeah, this is a great idea for me to be on Earth at this time, right? And it's like, that's challenging for people right now. It's kind of like, what, if you know deep in your heart as an indigo or a crystal soul that there's so much more than this existence, then it's kind of like, what is the point? Are we going to do it or are we not going to do it? And so we got to come together and we got to do it. And we got to take our head out of the sand and we got to look at the hard stuff. We got to be willing to open up to our higher self. That's the whole point, is that we're here for a spiritual experience. And everybody, all the forces around us want to tell us we're here for a material experience. And that's kind of the big lie, I guess, that's going on. And we can't get around this corner until we face some of the truths of the technologies being used to control our spiritual evolution and kind of overcoming those within our own being, because we're just going to go ahead and commit to our spiritual evolution and be like, okay, that's why I'm here. And I'm going to put my attention on that. And I'm going to put my attention on being the light and bringing the light to this dark world. And screw you guys. I'm not playing along with the plan of this ridiculous, hopeless, despair, poverty, terrorism, shooting each other stuff. It's not who we are. We've been told a bunch of lies, and it's time for us to break free of these chains. So not pretty, but it's going to feel really good when we get through this period of time. We're kind of having a foreshadowing of 2020 when Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto all come together. That's that man. That's the authority energy. That's like, you can't go any further. They're all going to come together in this Capricorn energy. And then that's the game changer year is 2020, where we break through to our own new level of our own spiritual authority as humans, is living, breathing consciousness in a physical body on planet Earth. So we're gearing up for that. And so we're really feeling that a lot right now, because Mars is in Capricorn, just highlighting all this. Mars is going to come up with Pluto, I think, on the 26th of this month. So this energy is going to continue. We're kind of having a foreshadowing, but Mars in Capricorn also wants to get stuff done. So once Mercury goes direct, we're going to feel a little bit more productive, a little bit more like we're going somewhere, heading somewhere, but it might be different direction than you thought. It might be that these truths that we're looking at are changing your direction forward and what you really want to work on and your value system. So we're seeing that right now. So Mercury is in square with the sun, or I mean, Mercury's in square with Saturn and Mars right now in Capricorn, but Venus on the 7th is in trine. So we're already feeling that Venus trining up with, making a harmonious connection to Saturn and Mars. And so the goddess is saying, hey, this is about our self-worth. Are we willing? Are we worthy? Are we willing to stand up for ourselves as worthy of our own autonomy, spiritual autonomy, as our own hope and peace and love and connection to the bigger picture? Do we get to have that? Are we good enough? You know, I mean, that's a lot of this energy, the Capricorn energy. It's like, well, did you do it right? Are you going to be rewarded? And it's definitely talking to authoritarian structures in our world that are no longer working, but are still controlling us. And we each individually have to decide that we're going to choose our vibrational reality. We're going to choose our consciousness. We're going to choose our expansion, our hope, our peace, our connection, our higher vibrational frequency. And when we come together, we can do that much more easily. So I hope to see you on an event or a class in the future, and we can come together and amplify our consciousness and be the change that we want to see. When we come together, it makes it a lot stronger. And just know you're not alone. A lot of people are feeling really alone right now, really disconnected from everything, really hopeless, like things are just not moving the way you thought they would, but maybe that's because they're rearranging to be more true and more real. That's the true gift of Saturn in Capricorn and Saturn in general. It's showing us in our chart where Saturn is showing us what's in the way, what's the obstacle that's in the way of our true path. So what's going on is that we're feeling this really intense energy because it's causing us to look at the shadow, face the truth, see the yucky stuff that's going on in our world, in our consciousness, so we can clean it out and, you know, claim back our self-worth, claim back our personal power, and stand up and claim our spiritual evolution day to day, every day with our vibration. That's how we vote. And so hang in there and know that there's deep internal work going on. Lots of grief is being released right now, as also Ceres, the planet, the asteroid goddess Ceres, is coming up with a conjunction with the North Node this weekend as well. And so Ceres is about death and renewal and grief. and planet Earth and our relationship to nourishment. So it shows us in our chart our relationship to nourishment. And, you know, we as a culture, as a collective culture, are very disconnected to the earth because we kind of have to be. Goes back to the control energies. Everything we do in our daily life, like use a plastic bag, is bad for the earth. And so we're in constant guilt and grief, you know, constant disconnection from the earth, because we are feeling, you know, like there's, you know, global warming and this whole story, and like we're humans, we're hurting the earth, we're damaging the earth, and it's our fault. And, you know, this has got to stop. Like, this is the deal. Humanity is ready to break the chains and the shackles and do it their way, humanitarian way, a way where we can care for each other and love the earth and feel really good about what we're doing. And so that's that Pluto and Capricorn. The systems of our world have to break down and help us. This, you know, it's like that's what's happening right now, but we don't want to look at the truth. And so it's just this really uncomfortable place where we have to look at the truth to be able to change the truth. And so that's what's going on. It'll lighten up in the next few days, and especially on the middle of the month. There's a new moon in Aries on April 15th as well. So I'll be doing a live activation that day on Sunday the 15th if you want to come and get together and raise that vibration and clear all of these contracts where we've given our power away. So hang in there, and I look forward to checking with you next time. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.